What is good, everybody? Welcome back to another My Damn Toys video. Today we are back with a brand new AEW action figure review on the brand new Ringside exclusive AEW Unmatched Brodie Lee and -1 2-pack. Now this is a Ringside exclusive, so if you guys want to pick this set up, you are going to have to do so over at Ringside Collectibles. The first pre-orders are shipping out now, and this thing is sold out a bunch of times on Ringside Collectibles. The first shipments or the first orders, pre-order number 1, went out immediately, man. They were gone in under 10 minutes, I want to say, as soon as they were posted. So this thing is on like back order until October. So if you guys want to put your order in, you didn't get it in time, man, go over there, use code MD Toys to save yourselves 10%. Get your order in, because when this set is gone, it's going to be gone, and the aftermarket prices for this are probably going to be outrageous, and rightfully so, right? I mean, this set is beautiful. It is a beautiful commemoration of Brodie Lee and his life and his wrestling career, and it's just beautifully done here by AEW and Jazzwares wrapped up into one. Of course, rest in peace to Brodie Lee. What an amazing talent, and what an incredible 2-pack we have to commemorate that with his son here. Something we've never really seen before in action figures, man. I can't think of anything off the top of my dome to replicate this. You know, this is just a one-of-a-kind piece, and I'm so excited to review it here for you guys today, and we're going to do it justice, man. So, as you guys can see here, it's a beautiful box set. You guys can see Brodie Lee and -1 here. You get In Memory of Brodie Lee down here. You get the Dark Order logo mixed in, 1979 to 2020. AEW logo, you got the Unmatched logo here. Ringside exclusive over here. On the top of the packaging, you do have In Memory of Brodie Lee right there. On the right side, you have AEW Unmatched, a beautiful image of Brodie Lee and -1, and then you have In Memory of Brodie Lee over there. And then on this side, you get some accessories with the interchangeable hands. You have the TNT Championship, and then the In Memory of Brodie Lee down here. And then on the back of the packaging, we do have the entire AEW roster, a shot of them on the stage on the Brodie Lee tribute show here with an AEW and Unmatched collection up here in the top left corner, and that's just a beautiful style packaging, man. They did a fantastic job on this. A huge shout out to Jazzwares and everybody over there, man. I love this 2-pack. Again, a beautiful shot of Brodie Lee and -1 here in the front. This is truly special, man. This year with Dominic Mysterio's kid figure, and then we have -1, man, we can truly do some insane things in our entire wrestling figure collections. But with all those things being said, man, let's dive into this 2-pack and find out what it's all about and crack these guys out of their packaging. So here's Brodie Lee and -1 out of their packaging, and I gotta say, man, this 2-pack just keeps getting better and better for me, man. I really enjoy these figures. I know one of them is technically just a re-release, right? It's like the exact same figure except for an accessory, and then you get an amazing one-of-a-kind figure that I don't know if we'll ever see this again, you know? I don't know if they're gonna re-release this figure. I could see this just being a one-off, you know? Like, until he's a little bit older, I don't see them doing something like this again. I don't think we're gonna get a -1 or a Brodie Lee Jr. in the regular line at this size, you know? It's one of those special deals. It's one of those Ringside exclusive deals. Maybe a store exclusive one day. Maybe, you know, if Toys R Us came back around or something like that, man. But this is one of those things that you got to get your hands on. You're paying for this thing, and then you get the beautiful packaging with it. So this is one of those things that you want to go grab, man. So go over there, use code MD Toys to save yourselves 10%. You do not want to miss out on this thing, because once it's gone, man. You want to get that order in, and just, it's one of those things that you just want to have in the collection, man. I'm telling you, if you're an AEW fan or a Brodie Lee fan or any of that, man, you're going to want to grab this set. But anyways, man, what we're going to do is take a closer look at their accessories first, and then we're going to dive into Brodie Lee and Brodie Lee Jr. Alright, man, so diving into the accessories for this beautiful 2-pack, we got some bones to pick, man. I think everybody knows exactly where I'm going with this. If you look at the 2-pack that we're getting right, of course, you get the beautiful Brodie Lee figure, you get the beautiful -1 figure, and this is a straight-up re-release of the Brodie Lee from Unmatched Series number 3. However, I think they really could have spiced up this 2-pack if they would have made this cloth, and I'm talking to Jeremy. Man, I gotta be honest with you. Back in May 2021, I think it was at FanFest or something, they had this exact jacket on display at a FanFest, and they had a back shot of it, and I tweeted Jeremy, and I said, I don't know how you can do it, but we need this jacket, in all caps, in cloth for our AEW figure collections, please, in all caps. Pleading hands emoji, fire emoji, crying emoji. He went on to reply to me and said, agree. And look where we are, Brad. Look where we are. And you guys already know, I gotta plug the Major Wrestling Figure podcast clip.
Like, oh my god, that goddamn fucking old school Mattel stuck in that pose jacket.
It's the rubber jacket. It is a rubber jacket. Now, I will say I like the color of it. it's not like a complete white. It's got a real cream color kind of going to it, which isn't completely accurate. Not the biggest deal, but I still like the color. You guys know how I am about that colorway. Got some spikes up top. You do have the belt loop. See, this just looks weird, right? Because it's a belt, right? This should be out here and like, it's textured, like the studs are textured and stuff like that. It's not completely just flat printed on there, but this belt wouldn't be like that. It's almost like it was printed onto the thing instead of actually, you know, like if this was cloth and nice, it'd have an actual buckle and stuff like that. Like, I get it. It would have added to the price, but man, this would have been perfect for the Supreme line. Maybe that's what they're going to do. Maybe they're going to put Brodie Lee in the Supreme line with this jacket in cloth. Maybe that's a thing, but on the back you have a beautiful graphic here. It says the Exalted One. You got the Dark Order stuff going on. Brodie Lee there. I love this jacket. I thought it was a beautiful jacket. That's why I wanted it in cloth form.
Goddamn fucking stuck in that pose jacket.
Didn't get it, but maybe we'll get it in the Supreme line one day with Brodie Lee in a beautiful attire. I could see that happening. I could absolutely see that being a thing, but we'll have to cross that bridge when we come to it, man. But you do get the rubber jacket, of course. You do get your Join Dark Order hands or your Dark Order hands or handshake hands. Or you get quite a bit of things you can do with these hands there. Of course, these are for the Brodie Lee figure. You also get mic holding / grabby hands for interchangeability. You get the tiniest interchangeable hand of all time. Oh, look at that, dude. That's on my middle finger right there, just grasping it. This is -1's only interchangeable hand for his right hand. It is the Dark Order hand, which is really, really cool. This thing is tiny, man. You do not want to lose this. It is microscopic. It's like a Marvel Universe figure or a, you know, just one of those 3/4 scale sort of hands. Like, that's what his size practically is there to get the scale right, but this is a tiny hand, man. You want to be careful not to lose that. And then we have the beautiful TNT Championship that we've seen quite a few times now, but it is beautiful. You get the gold going on. It is the red strap version, so there is that. But you get, you know, we've seen this quite a few times before, but it's still a beautiful title, and it's a great thing to include with the 2-pack. Give you a little bit more stuff for your pay there, but that pretty much wraps up the accessories with this 2-pack. So getting into Brodie Lee, man, again, this is a straight up copy of the Unmatched Series 3, so I'm not going to spend a whole ton of time on it, but I do love this figure. It's one of my favorite AEW figures that they've made thus far. It's very much perfect from head to toe, just about. It feels quality in the hand. I love the head sculpt going on. I love the beard. I think it's a fantastic head sculpt. It may be the best head sculpt of Luke Harper, Brodie Lee, John Huber of all time, so it's a very nice one. Same torso and attire as before. Black wrist tape. You do get the Dark Order gear. It's the black, white, and gray. You got Brodie Lee going down the leg. On the other side, you do have, you know, all the numbers going down for Dark Order. You get the black boots. I mean, again, man, it's not like anything game-changing from his last figure. It is the exact same figure, except replicated, practically. It's a re-release. If you can't get your hands on that, I don't see how you get your hands on this 2-pack, to be honest with you. I found, I think, 2 Brodie Lees at retail so far. I've seen a ton of people get the Chase figure. I think he is a figure you can track down, which is great, because I know a lot of people are going to want him in the collection, but this is not a whole lot different from that figure. Actually, it's not any different at all, and I can prove it because I have the Unmatched Series 3 right here, and I have 3 of this figure, and now I have 4 because it's the exact same. So, like, you're not going to see any differences here. I thought for a moment that the pants were like a hair darker or lighter, but I'm pretty sure they're the exact same upon further investigation, but I'm just happy to have another Brodie Lee, and it's very cool to, you know, get another Brodie Lee. Again, any slight change would have been cool for sure. You know, just anything that they could have changed, but they didn't. It's all good. I understand it, but that cloth jacket would have been nice.
Fucking jacket.
Alright, man, time for the part of the video that I think the people are the most excited about. How's the figure feel in hand? Is this figure as good as a regular sized unrivaled unmatched figure, man? So let's get into it. Starting out at the top of the head sculpt, I think the head sculpt's solid enough. You know, I don't think it's like, you know, just immaculate or anything like that, but it is just a masked head sculpt of -1. I think they did a really good job on it. I like the -1 in there. I like all the stitching you got. You got the -1 on the back there. You got some hair poking through, which is a nice detail. Some nice stitches on there. You know, it's a very small head sculpt, so getting any details, and then on top of that, he's wearing a mask, so I think they did a really excellent job. I think they did just good enough there. I think it's definitely good enough. I don't think that they needed to go over the top with it. I think it's beautiful. You do have the torso going down right here. He is a little kid. You know, he's not supposed to look like Seth Rollins out here. You know, he's not Kenny Omega. He's not crazy over the top here, but you do have the -1 paint there. Double jointed arms. You do have the shoulders here. I think they did a fantastic job on this, man. You got like your white jogger style pants. You got the belt on there. Some nice details of silver put in there. I love the color of the pants. They're like a creamish, whitish gray kind of. They look really good. I think they did a good job on that. You do have your -1 knee pads, which are really cool, and they don't really hinder articulation, man. We're going to do an articulation segment, but I love the way the knee pads look, and then you do have that same color on the boots there with the black laces. This is an awesome figure, man, and it's very small. We are going to get into some comparisons, of course, so you guys understand the gravity of it, but I do want to get into the articulation before we get into our comparisons. For the figure's articulation, man, he can look down pretty daggum good. He can't look up the best because of, you know, the mass sculpt, right? But he can look down very, very well. He does have a pretty good ab crunch. It's not like a typical Unrivaled figure. Like the lower torso here is not like a typical Unrivaled figure. It's a little bit harder of a plastic, so you're not going to get quite the bend that you would on a regular Unrivaled figure, or a Kenny Omega, a Young Buck, a Cody, you know, something like that. However, it's still a pretty good articulation there. I'd say be careful when you're, you know, when you're putting the arms up like this. It goes up pretty far, but when you're doing that, I would grasp the shoulder pretty good to push that up, because if you just go in there flimsy-dimsy, these arms are very, very skinny, man. So if you were to just push it up really hard, I feel like you could do some damage to the figure, and you definitely don't want to do that. But you do, see, I almost forgot just then, but you do have a nice double jointed elbow. It's beautiful there. You do get your bicep swivel in there. You get your hinge and your rotation here. We already went over the ab crunch a little bit, but you do get your diaphragm pivoting there. He is on ball joints, but it's not a very good split, I guess, just because of the size of the crotch piece, but you do get that far there. He can kick forward a little bit, back a little bit. You do get the great upper thigh cut. You do get a nice double jointed knee that is a little bit hindered by the knee pad, but it's not terrible. You do get boot swivel, and you also get ankle pivots. So this figure's got all the articulation I think you could possibly want. You know, I think it's awesome. I think if you want to pick fed with this thing, that'll be really fun. But this figure's a ton of fun, man. Just be careful posing it around, just because of how small it is and how skinny the figure is. You do want to be careful with that. Now, you guys will see this figure literally stands under 5 inches tall. So it's about 4.5 inches tall, maybe. So it is very small compared to a regular WWE Elite or an AEW Unrivaled figure. Just for some size comparison, here are the two figures side by side, and you guys can just see how big of a difference. Like, -1 literally comes up to his waistline. The top of his head is like right up at his waistline, so that just shows you the difference in the heights of these figures. And then for another comparison, here he is up next to Rey Mysterio, which is probably the smallest, you know, WWE men's figure you're going to find. He comes up to right at the chesticles of Rey Mysterio. And then here's kind of your AT&T raising the bar style scenario where you have, you know, Brodie Lee to Rey Mysterio to -1. And then here's -1 up next to the rest of the Dark Order that we have right here, up next to pretty much the entire AEW Unmatched Series number 3 cast. John Silver, Evil Uno, Brodie Lee, Stu Grayson, and Anna Jay. Very cool to see all these up next to each other. I can't wait to see the display options from everybody in their collections, man. It's going to be really awesome, so that will be a really cool thing to see. But that pretty much wraps up our AEW figure comparisons for -1 and Brodie Lee. And I think that pretty much wraps up this Ringside exclusive AEW Unmatched 2-pack of Brodie Lee and -1, man. I had a ton of fun with the review. Again, man, thank you guys so very much for checking it out. Again, do not miss out on this opportunity. It's on back order right now. Use code MDTOYS and go pre-order this thing, because if you missed out on the first few shipments, man, once it's gone, the aftermarket price, I can tell you right now, in like 5 or 6 years, I feel like this pack is going to be one of those packs that goes up. You know, it's just going to go up over time, especially mint on card in the box. This is one of those wrestling figure gems that I don't think anybody should miss out on. When you have that opportunity, man, it's just an extra 50, 60 bucks, whatever it is. Use code MDTOYS, save you a little money there, and, you know, just have this thing, man. It's a beautiful package. It's a great commemoration, and I love it. I think it's fantastic. Not a lot going on with the Brodie Lee, to be honest with you. I would have loved to have seen a different variation of him, maybe in the suit, or maybe, you know, something like that. But to have another opportunity to get Brodie Lee in the collection, to have a one-of-a-kind figure of his son like this, is just so cool, man. It's so cool, and it cannot be replicated, and this is just a beautiful tribute, man. So definitely go do that, man. It is beautiful. Another rest in peace to the legend. But that is going to wrap up the review, man. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know your thoughts on these figures down in the comment section below. I say it's worth a grab on just historic value and just how awesome it is as a one-of-a-kind item. It's like it's the first wrestling action figure of a kid ever. I think it's like something that you want to have in your collection, man. I think it allows for a lot of creative opportunities, so definitely, man, cash in on it. If you're on the fence, just do it. But thank you guys for watching. Subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at MyDamnToys. I'll see you guys next time, and don't cross a line like the people that are skipping over this 2-pack.
You crossed the line.